Like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have terrible luck for the next week. Sharks are definitely not the friendliest creatures. No wonder there have been multiple movies about them being the villain, but those aren't just movies. There are many encounters regular divers have had with them. Some are calm, others require them to use a spear to escape, and some are just plain uneducated about them and try to pull silly stunts, but for that, you'll have to watch till the end. Here are shark encounters that will give you the chills. Number 11. Shark greets a couple in shallow waters. A couple decided to spend some fun time in the Charge Island waters just to look around the water. They thought it was just the two of them, but would soon find out that they weren't alone. A huge white shark was mere inches away from them, and judging by its swimming patterns, it did not seem to be in a good mood. The couple was shocked because they were just a few meters under the water, and yet they had to deal with such a huge monster. The couple was too scared to either swim away or even shoot it away. Luckily, they were still close enough that the shark eventually ignored them. Well, they won't be going back into the water anytime soon. Before moving to the next number, we just want a small favor from you. Like this video and subscribe to our channel. Press the bell icon and get 1 week good luck for you. Try this, it really works. Number 10. Shark stuck out of water in a fisherman's boats.
He jumped on the boat! Oh my gosh!
You might think this is CGI, but it's all real, and it took place on none other than the famous Long Island. If you're squeamish or afraid of blood, then you might want to be a little careful with this one. Sharks usually don't jump out of the water unless they see a worthy enough target. However, this unlucky creature got stuck in a fishing wire and then inside the boat too. Clearly, it was suffering and couldn't get back into the water, but the crew on the boat was too scared to help it out. Unsure that it was clearly hurt. But in such a stressful situation, wouldn't you be scared too? In the end, the shark went back into the water and no one was hurt either. Number 9. A family goes fishing and meets a family of sharks. Fishing is quite a tricky hobby because it's not just us humans who want to catch some fish. Other fish like to have a snack along with us too. This family was just trying to catch something for dinner, but the local residents had other plans. All these sharks had their eye on the catch too, and didn't hesitate to ask for extras. Even though one of the divers was trying really hard to keep one fish for himself, it ended up in a very disastrous situation. One of the sharks used the fishing line as leverage and jumped up on the boats. With so many people on the boat and so many sharks around, this would only get worse if even just one person on board started panicking. Number 8. Off-duty police officer saves a boy on a boogie board.
If someone is possibly in some sort of trouble, I would like to help them out.
The officer might be off-duty, but are they really? On an unfortunately beachy day, a little boy was trying to do a few tricks on his boogie board, but had to be stopped before he could even start. He didn't notice, but there was a huge shark behind him near the pier. Luckily, a Cocoa Beach police officer was nearby and pulled him away from the water just in time. Imagine what would have happened if the police officer hadn't decided to come to the beach. Number 7. Stubborn shark chasing a kayaker. Mark McCracken is pretty well known in the kayaking community, but this one video of his is more popular than any other. The poor guy went out for a nice ride on his tiny boat until a really stubborn and angry hammer shark decided to fight the guy till he was tired. After hitting his kayak a few times, Mark thought it was just an accident and he was just in the way, but when he realized that the shark was not going anywhere anytime soon, he just had to take action. Considering his situation, he didn't have any weapons, so he had to use his oars, which was all he had. This might seem like a harsh response, but hammerhead sharks are not as easygoing as you think. Number 6. Shark attack at 57 meters below. The rest of the clips were dangerous accidents that no one would wish upon themselves, but this one was quite different. These two guys here are professional divers and have a bizarre hobby of shark calling. The bottle in the diver's hand is used to create vibrations and sounds just to attract sharks. They knew the risks of diving so deep and on top of that calling a huge pair of jaws towards them. They didn't think a shark would cross by, and when a huge silver-tipped brief shark sprinted towards one of them, they were quite scared. The shark actually hit him right in the head. Luckily, he managed to dodge much of the force. They should be grateful none of the sharks around were hungry. Number 5. Huge shark attacks kayak. Kayaking is usually a fun and relaxing sport, but kayak fishing, now that's another story. After casting a pretty healthy fish, this guy decided to throw it back into the ocean in hopes of a bigger fish. Unfortunately, his hopes were immediately squashed when a huge shark started biting away at his kayak. Just as he thought he had caught something, the shark came over to say hi to him by tugging incredibly hard on his fishing line. He didn't realize it was a shark until he saw a faint shadow underwater. After that, he instantly started to swim away as fast as possible, all while trying to stay calm. Number 4. Shark jumps out of the water to bite researcher. It's either divers or researchers who always end up getting in fights with sharks. While these two scientists were making their way through the Cape Cod waters, something terrifying came to say hi. The searchers had some sort of extended microphone to measure the sounds of the ocean. Their shark friend, on the other hand, thought this was an invitation to come to say hi and jumped all the way up to Biden. Luckily, he couldn't reach him, but what's more surpassing is how calm the research remains. Clearly, this wasn't his first time around sharks. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take me 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal: you just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribes button and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 15 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 3. Great white sneaks up on Graceon Shepherd. Divers have quite an exciting life, especially these 3 friends who had been keen on collecting lionfish from different places in the Gulf of Mexico. But one day, when one of the friends decided to dive solo, he ended up with the scariest encounter of his life. It took him a few seconds, but soon the diver realized that he was face to face with the great white shark. What's more surprising was that it had approached him from the back and was on its way past him until he saw it. Since he was quite an experienced diver, he knew that the shark would be back for another look. That's why he got his spear gun ready just in case things got dirty. Luckily, he was out of the water by the time the shark had to come look around for round 2. Number 2. White shark breaks into diver's cage. You might think being all caged up would protect you from a shark underwater, but this video will definitely prove you wrong. With so many spectators around, this white shark not only broke a cage, but jumped into it as if it were an Olympian. The people around started questioning if there was a person in it. A few seconds later, when a man emerged from the water, people were shocked to see that he was completely unharmed. This definitely has to be the scariest and luckiest shark encounter ever. Number 1. Foolish diver messes with shark. Diving with these creatures is a privilege, no matter how dangerous it is. After all, we are invading their space. In this clip, this diver crosses the line. A humpback carcass had floated near the reef, so a lot of predators came to feed, including sharks. This diver thought it was an appropriate situation to literally pull on the shark's dorsal fin in an attempt to ride it. Would you pull a lion's whiskers just to annoy it? No, right? The same goes for these poor creatures. Somehow the shark didn't cause too much harm to the diver and just warned him. Thankfully, the shark had more patience than the diver. Otherwise, it would have turned into a bloody mess. Alright, comment below which shark encounter sent chills down your spine. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. See you in the next one.